नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Enunciating text 15 and text 16 of chapter 9, Brahma's prayers for creative energy of third canto, the status quo of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 15. यस्यावतार गुणकर्म विडंबनानि नामानि ये असु विगमे विवशा गृणन्ति ते अनैक जन्म शमलं सहसैव हित्वा समयान्त्य पावृतामृतं तमजं प्रपद्ये. Let me take shelter of the lotus feet of him whose incarnations, qualities and activities are mysterious imitations of worldly affairs. One who invokes his transcendental names even unconsciously at the time he quits his life is certainly washed immediately of the sins of many births and attains him without fail. The activities of the incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are a kind of imitation of the activities going on in the material world. He is just like an actor on a stage. An actor imitates the activities of a king on stage, although actually he is not the king. Similarly, when the Lord incarnates, he imitates parts with which he has nothing to do. Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita 4.14, it is said that he has nothing to do with the activities in which he is supposedly engaged. Na mam karmani limpanti na me karma phale spruha. The Lord is omnipotent, and simply by his will he can perform anything and everything. When the Lord appeared as Lord Krishna, he played the part of the son of Yashoda and Nan, and he lifted the Govardhan hill, although lifting a hill is not his concern. He can lift millions of Govardhan hills by his simple desire. He does not need to lift it with his hand. But he imitates the ordinary living entities by this lifting, and at the same time he exhibits his supernatural power. Thus his name is chanted as the lifter of the Govardhan hill or Shri Govardhan Dhari. Therefore his acts in his incarnations and his partiality to the devotees are all imitations only, just like the stage makeup of an expert dramatic player. His acts in that capacity, however, are all omnipotent, and the remembrance of such activities of the incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is as powerful as the Lord himself. Ajamil remembered the holy name of the Lord Narayan simply by calling the name of his son Narayan, and that gave him a complete opportunity to achieve the highest perfection of life. Text 16. Yo va aham cha girishasha cha vibhuha swayam cha sthityud bhava pralaya hetava atma moolam bhitva tripada va vruddha ek uru praroha stasmai namo bhagvate Bhuvan Drumaya. Your Lordship is the prime root of the tree of the planetary systems. This tree has grown by first penetrating the material nature in three trunks, as me, Shiv, and you, the Almighty, for creation, maintenance, and dissolution, and we three have grown with many branches. Therefore, I offer my obeisances unto you, the tree of the cosmic manifestation. The cosmic manifestation is grossly divided into three worlds, the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems, and then it broadens into the cosmos of 14 planetary systems with the manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the supreme root. Material nature, which appears to be the cause of the cosmic manifestation, is only the agency or energy of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya dhyakshen prakrutiha suyate sa characharam. Only under the superintendence of the Supreme Lord does material nature appear to be the cause of all creation, maintenance, and dissolution. The Lord expands himself into three, Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiv, for maintenance, creation, and destruction respectively. Of the three principal agents controlling the three modes of material nature, Vishnu is the Almighty. Even though he is within the material nature for the purpose of maintenance, he is not controlled by the modes of material nature. The other two, Brahma and Shiv, although almost as greatly powerful as Vishnu, are under the control of the material energy of the Supreme Lord. The conception of many gods controlling the many departments of material nature is ill conceived of by the foolish pantheist. God is one without a second, and he is the primal cause of all causes. As there are many departmental heads of governmental affairs, so there are many heads of management of the universal affairs. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, the impersonalist does not believe in the personal management of things as they are. But in this verse, it is clearly explained that everything is personal and nothing is impersonal. We have already discussed this point in the introduction, and it is confirmed here in this verse. The tree of the material manifestation is described in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as an Ashwatha tree, whose root is upward. We have actual experience of such a tree when we see the shadow of a tree on the bank of a reservoir of water. The reflection of the tree on the water appears to hang down from its upward roots. The tree of creation described here is only a shadow of the reality which is Parabrahma Vishnu. In the internal potential manifestation of the Vaikuntha Lokas, the actual tree exists, and the reflected tree in the material nature is only the shadow of this actual tree. The impersonalist theory that Brahma is void of all variegatedness is false because the shadow tree described in Bhagavad Gita cannot exist without being the reflection of a real tree. The real tree is situated in the eternal existence of spiritual nature, full of transcendental variegatedness, and Lord Vishnu is the root of that tree also. The root is the same, the Lord, both for the real tree and the false, but the false tree is only the perverted reflection of the real tree. The Lord, being the real tree, is here offered obeisances by Brahma on behalf of his own and also on behalf of Lord Shiv. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.